We're at that time of the year where wildfires, of course, are a potential danger that ranchers face here in Oklahoma and across the Southwest. And then tornado season or spring storm season will be just around the corner. Either one of these situations, as we know all too well here in Oklahoma, can cause some real serious damage to especially fences. And that in turn then allows cattle to get scattered or lost after these particular disastrous situations. There's not a lot that we can do, of course, to stop these disasters of nature, but in terms of preparing ahead of time, I think there are some ideas that we might want to keep in mind. First of all, of course, is to have the cattle individually identified, if at all possible. Identification, including such things as an ear tag, will be very helpful, especially if it's one that will have your ranch name or perhaps even your telephone number printed on it. There are honest people in the cattle business that might find those cattle several days after the event and give you a call and let you come and retrieve those cattle. Certainly, the best way of having identification of cattle if they get lost or potentially even stolen is the time-honored method of branding. Still, that is the best legal situation in terms of being able to prove that that animal belongs to you. If you don't have a brand registered at this time, I would suggest that you consider doing that and visit with the folks at the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association and have your brand registered. You can learn about how to do that by going to the SunUp website. We've got a link there to the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association, and go and take a look at what's involved with getting a brand, where to put it, and how to do it by visiting with the folks at the OCA. Also, I would consider having a really up-to-date inventory of where the cattle are, which pastures they're in. You know, again, if they're individually identified, we can keep those records on something like a simple spreadsheet, and we want to keep those up to date because as we go into calving season, we'll have increased numbers with the calves being born. Perhaps we'll be moving cattle from one pasture to some other pastures that are up closer to the headquarters where we can keep an eye on them. We have to keep those inventories up to date so that if a bad situation does occur, we have a better idea of where the cattle were, which ones were in given pastures, and where they might have gone if in fact our fences do become compromised. Just a couple of ideas that I think would help us if we just plan a little bit ahead of time in case one of these unthinkable situations happens to hit our operation. We hope this will help you as we go through this spring season. I hope you don't need any of this information, but we all know that it can happen here in the Southwest. Hey, we look forward to visiting with you again next week on SunUp's Cow-Calf Corner.